Hey, how are you doing? It's Pastor Daryl from Rolling Hills Community Church here with your word for today. Today's word comes from Isaiah 26, verse 3. It says this: "You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." It's so important right now, really always, that we keep our focus in the place that it needs to be. Oftentimes we set our priorities, we have God and family and work and our friends and entertainment, and we set our priorities top to bottom, and oftentimes if we're not careful they get out of whack, and we end up putting God instead of up here at the top. We end up putting him somewhere lower down the line. The way we do this is not intentional. We just get distracted. We get wrapped up in everything that's going around us. We get wrapped up in our fear or our anger, or we get wrapped up even in some of the good things that happen to us. But when we get distracted from God and from having God first in our life, we end up losing our peace. And the Bible says that God will keep us in perfect peace if our mind is stayed on him, because we trust him. And if we can just do that, if we can stop and say, "Lord, you are first in my life. Lord, you are the God that I trust." If we can stop, but before anything else, before we react in anger or fear, or before we react in any other way, stop and center ourselves on that truth that God is first and foremost. And if we can keep our focus on him, if we keep our focus on him, it puts everything else in perspective. And in comparison to him, everything else starts to seem small. So I want to encourage you today, fix your mind on God. Fix your mind on Jesus and what God has done in your life. And you won't be distracted by everything else. You won't be wrapped up in the cares of this world and everything else. You will trust that God is working, and you'll find your place in that plan. Keep your mind on him. Keep moving forward. He's got a plan.